Welcome to Parashat Nasso, the second Parashat in Chumash במדבר, starting in chapter 5, Perek Hey of Chumash במדבר. We are going to be looking at the Aria text of this Parsha. Here we go. It speaks about such important topics, whether it's the job of the Levim, the story of the Nazir, Sotah, the carrying, the korbanot that are brought, Birkat Kohanim, and so much more. Here we go. Let's go right into it. We'll do the main psukim, not all of them, because it's the longest parsha in the Torah. So we're going to do the main ideas, the main psukim, but unfortunately, I can't read them all. It would be a really long time. All right, here we go. במדבר השם אל משה לאמור, Hashem spoke to Moshe saying, נשאו את ראש בני גרשון, גם הם לבית אבותם ומשפחתם. There are three families of Leviim. Remember, the Leviim are not counted together with Bnei Israel, so you count them separately. The family of Gershon, Kehat, and Merari. Right before this parsha began, the tribe of Kehat was described as carrying the various utensils and vessels of the Mishkan, covering up with beautiful purple, red, and turquoise blankets or tarps. And now we're talking about the job of the Bnei Gershom. מבין 30 שנה ומעלה, בין 50 שנה תפקוד אותם. The Levim are counted from age 30 to 50. כל הבא לצוות צבא לעבוד עבודה באוהל מועד. Anyone who can work in אוהל מועד. Here's what the family of Gershon did. זאת עבודת משפחות הגרשוני לעבוד ולמסע. This is the job of the family of the Gershoni. לעבוד ולמסע, to carry and to work. ונשאו את יריות המשכן. They carried the huge roof of the Mishkan. The roof was basically a lot of tarps put together. Here, let me just take a look, show you what it may look like. 1 second. It is the tarps of the Mishkan. Oh, so it's these tarps that cover the Mishkan that make up the Mishkan, and that is exactly what Bnei Gershon are meant to carry, these lovely coverings of the Mishkan. ונשאו את יריות המשכן באותו אוהל מועד, מכסה ומכסה התחש אשר עליו מלמעלה, ואת מסך פתח האוהל מועד, ואת קלעי החצר ואת מסך פתח שער החצר. They carried ropes that tie the Mishkan down, אשר על המשכן ועל המזבח ואת מטריהם, all the ropes, כל כלי עבודתם וכל אשר יעשו להם ועבדו, all the equipment associated with them. על פי אהרון ובניו תהיה כל עבודת בני הגרשוני, לכל מסעם ולכל עבודתם, they are to follow Aaron's instructions. ופקדתם עליהם במשמרת את כל מסעם. You should make sure they are on the shift and take everything that they're supposed to. And that is the job of the Gershoni. So we saw Kehat carrying the vessels, Gershon carrying the tarps that cover the Mishkan. And now comes the hardest job. Bnei Merari. Merari actually sounds like the word mar. What does the word mar mean in Hebrew? It means bitter. It was a bit of a bitter job. They did it with joy, but it was a bit of a bitter job because you'll see in a second what they were carrying. מבין 30 שנה ומעלה ועד בין 50 שנה תפקדם. You count them from age 30 to 50. כל הבא לצבא לעבוד את עבודת אוהל מועד. Anyone that's coming to work in אוהל מועד. וזאת משמרת מסעם לכל עבודתם באוהל מועד. Here's what they do. קרשי המשכן ובריחה ועמודה ועדניו. They carry the actual wooden beams that made the Mishkan up. So here, this is how it's going to look. The krashim, the beams of the Mishkan, very, very heavy stuff. These were carried by Merari, which again, they had these carts and wagons that helped them take it. But if you have to carry something that big and that heavy, you would probably be like tired. So yeah, that was their job. ועמודי החצר סביב ועדניהם והתעדותם ומטריהם לכל כליהם ולכל עבודתם ובשמות תפקדו את כל כלי משמרת מסעם. זאת עבודת משפחות בני מררי לכל עבודתם באוהל מועד ביד איתמר בן אהרון הכהן. This is the job of Merari and in the hands of Itamar, son of Aaron הכהן. ויפקוד משה ואהרון ונשיאי העדה את בני הקהתי למשפחותם ולבית אבותם. Moshe and Aharon and the Nesi'im listened, followed with the Bnei HaKeati. They counted them. And again, they counted them from age 30 to 50. מבין 30 שנה ומעלה ועד בין 50 שנה, כל הבא לצבא לעבודה באוהל מועד. So from age 30 to 50, anyone that came to work in the tent of the meeting, the total number of Levim working was 2,750. This is the total number. So the total number of people working in the Mishkan was 2,750. And now comes the other family. So we had Kehat carrying the utensils, you have Gershon, you had Merari carrying the heavy things, and now comes the count of Gershon, Bnei Gershon, Mishpochotam, Ulebeit Avotam, Miben 30 Shana V'malad, Ben 50 Shana, we have they're counted from 30 to 50. The total number, the numbers here are per family, not per the tribe. So it's per family, and there's 3 families. And so here again, the number is 2630, so it's 2,630. And you had the people of Merari, which were 3,200, and then you have the total of the 3 families, 8,580. That's the number of the Levim. Now we get to chapter 5, which seems like it's not related to something we practice nowadays, but it's actually very practical and relevant to current events. Hashem speaks to Moshe saying, Tzavet b'nei Israel, speak to b'nei Israel, v'yishalchu min ha'machaveh kol tzarua v'chol zav. B'nei Israel must make sure that someone who has tzarat or is impure must not stay in the camp. So, let's take a look how it looked. Here's how it looked, pretty much. Yeah, so this is Machane B'nai Israel. You see there's the different tribes there, 3 tribes each. You have Yehuda in the east, Yehuda with Yisachar and Zebulun. You have in the north, Dan with Naphtali and Asher. And you have in the west, Ephraim, which is with Menashe, Binyamin, all the children of Rachel. And you have here in the south, Reuben with Shimon and Gad. Now, in the middle, you have the tribe of Levi, which is Gershon, Kehat, Merari, and Moshe and Aharon. And in the middle, the Mishkan. If someone has tarat and they're seriously impure, they have to go outside all 3 camps. They have to leave the Mishkan, they have to leave the part of Levi, and they have to leave the entire Machane Yisrael. Then they have to go out there. Then there are certain people who are excluded only from the middle. For example, if someone is tameh met, if someone has been in the presence of a dead body or has gone to the cemetery, they need to become pure. They can't go into the Mishkan, but they can still go into the tribe of Levi. So every person is welcome, but if you're impure, you have to go outside until you're pure again. And in the meantime, there are different levels of purity. So if you have tzarat or ziva, you have to go outside of everything. If you have only tameh met, then you just need to stay out of the middle. So it has different levels. Tzavet b'nei Yisrael v'yishalchu min ha'machaneh kol tzarua v'chol zav v'chol tameh lenefesh. And b'nei Yisrael did so. So mizachar ad nekeva teshalechu el michutz ha'machaneh teshalchum v'lo yitamu et machanehem asher ani shochen betochem v'yasu ken b'nei Yisrael v'yishalchu otam el michutz ha'machaneh kasher diber Hashem el Moshe ken asu b'nei Yisrael. They did, b'nei Yisrael did as they were commanded. This is what they did. And then next is various korbanot. I'm not going to read through all of these, but basically if someone by accident benefits or takes from something that belongs to the Mishkan, they do a vidui, confession, and they come to the Beit HaMikdash, confess their sin to Hashem, not that person, and they bring a korban. Then there's another example. If someone, for example, is unfaithful, then also they bring a korban. That's the parsha of the Sota. And then you have also another story here, another korban here, and that is if a person, so now we're up to the Nazir, and that's the beginning of Parak Vav. So let's take a look at what it's like. Parak Vav Pasuk Aleph. Vaydaber Hashem el Moshe lemor. Hashem spoke to Moshe saying, Daber el b'nei Yisrael v'amarta aleihem. Speak to b'nei Yisrael. Ish o isha ki yafli lindor neder nazir lahazir Hashem. If someone swears to become a Nazir, What is a Nazir? Some of you may remember the story of Shimshon, Miyain v'sheichar yazir, from wine and any kind of alcohol, they must refrain from drinking. Chometz yain v'chometz sheichar lo yishteh, they should not drink any alcoholic beverage. If they become a Nazir, they can't drink any kind of wine and any kind of grape. Even a grape. If a person becomes a Nazir, they have to stay away even from a grape, even if it's not alcoholic, because the Torah says if you are becoming a Nazir, you got to stay away from the whole alcohol business, and you even have to take a step back and make sure you don't even have any grapes. So they cannot eat anything, not even the skin of a grape or the seeds of a grape. Here's the second thing that is a mitzvah for a Nazir. By the way, here's a picture of the different things that a Nazir can't do. They can't cut their hair. They cannot drink wine or eat grapes. They cannot get a haircut, and they cannot become impure. So those are the various Nazir options. כל ימי נדר נזרו תר לא יעבור על ראשו עד מלאת הימים אשר יזיר להשם קדוש יהיה גדל פרע שיער ראשו. So they have to grow all of their hair. כל ימי הזירו להשם על נפש מת לא יבוא. So all the days that he's a Nazir, they cannot come close to a dead body. So again, no alcohol or grapes or wine or anything, no haircuts, and also no becoming impure when going to a cemetery. The only exception that they can become impure for is not even their parents, not even their siblings, no funeral, only if it's a met mitzvah, someone who has no one in the world to bury them. That's the only case in which they may attend a funeral. And now it goes through different processes. What if by accident the person becomes impure, someone dies suddenly, then you bring a korban and restart. There's different procedures here. You can read through it, but basically, ideally, they stay pure the entire period of time. A person can become a Nazir for a day, a week, a year, or their whole life. And when they finish the period of Nazirut, they bring bread and they bring a korban, and then they get a haircut, a buzz. Even though they were not allowed to take a haircut, once the period of time of being a Nazir concludes, then they bring a korban and go through an entire process. Now we have the lovely and beautiful mitzvah of Birkat Kohanim. Let's see how it looked. Sorry, here we go. Here is Birkat Kohanim. So some of you may have seen it on holidays, Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah, Sukkot. But basically, the Kohanim, if you take a look at their hands there, the Kohanim are blessing Bnei Israel, and the words are also very, very, very famous, very, very, very familiar. Here they are. וידבר השם אל משה לאמור, דבר אל אהרון ואל בניו לאמור, כה תברכו את בני ישראל אמור להם. So speak to Aaron and his children, saying, this is how you should bless Bnei Israel, אמור להם, tell them. And very, 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 very famous words. יברכך השם וישמרך, may Hashem bless you and protect you. יאר השם פניו אליך ויחונך, may Hashem look kindly and graciously on you. Yisa Hashem panav elecha ve'yasem lach shalom. May Hashem put his name on you, and may He shine His countenance on you and give you peace. V'samu et shmi al bnei Yisrael v'ani avarchem. They should put my name on Bnei Israel, place my name on Bnei Israel, and I will bless them. There's very interesting Rashis here. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'll share some. So first of all, Yevarechecha Hashem ve'yishmerecha. Rashi says that Yevarechecha is speaking about giving you prosperity, and Yishmerecha is protecting what he gave you. And Rashi gives an example. If you give a present to someone, you can give them the present, but you can't make sure they don't lose it or that they don't do anything to it. However, Hashem is the only one who can give you a gift and also make sure that it is protected. That is Yevarech. Give you prosperity. Be'yishmerecha. He'll look after it. Ya'er Hashem panav elecha. Hashem will shine His face on you. V'chunecha, give you grace. Yisa Hashem panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Hashem will really shine His face on you. V'samu et shmi al bnei Yisrael v'ani avarchem. They will put my name on bnei Yisrael and I will bless them. Rashi brings here two options. Who is the them talking about? Either it's v'samu et shmi al bnei Yisrael. The Kohanim will place my name on bnei Yisrael. V'ani avarchem. I will be the one who blesses bnei Yisrael, not the Kohanim, because obviously all blessings come from Hashem. Or it means Vani Avarchem, I will bless the Kohanim for doing my job and blessing Bnei Israel for me. Not doing my job, but for blessing Bnei Israel. Now we come to the conclusion of the parsha, and that is the inauguration of the Mishkan. Interestingly, the word Chanukah also means inauguration. That's why the holiday of Chanukah is called Chanukah, because the Hashmonaim did an inauguration of the new Mishkan. So here's the inauguration of the Mishkan once it's all ready. Vayhi b'yom kalot Moshe la'akim et hamishkan, vayimshach oto, vayikadesh oto v'et kol kelav, v'et hamizbeach v'et kol kelav, vayimshachem vayikadesh otam. Moshe really makes the entire Mishkan ready, and he puts the anointing special oil on it, and then the Nesi'im come. The Nesi'im are the chiefs of every tribe, 12 in number, and they feel so sad. They, in the beginning, were like, donating to the Mishkan? Nah, we'll wait until everyone else donates, and whatever's missing, we'll make up. However, what happened was Bnei Israel donated so much that there was no need for anything. So now the Nesi'im were upset. They were like, what can we bring? We've been left out because everyone already gave to the Mishkan. We also want to have that honor of donating to the Mishkan. So indeed, that's what happened. They donated, and they all donate a separate gift, but all the gifts are identical. The reason it's such a long parsha is because the Torah goes through every single one of them 12 times. The Torah repeats exact same gift, which each Nasi brought. There are many lessons in it. One of the lessons that's given is that it comes to teach you that every single thing a person does to Hashem is special to Hashem. Even if you do a mitzvah and you're like, oh, well, why is it so special? Someone else already did it. No, Hashem appreciates every good deed. Even if it has been done before, Hashem sees it as the only one and the first one. And that's the idea of all these korbanot of the Nesi'im. We will continue once we finish this with Parashat Baha'alotcha, B'midbar, Nasso, Baha'alotcha. So this is pretty much the end of the parsha, and what makes the parsha longest. We will continue Be'ezrat Hashem with Parashat Baha'alotcha. Join us for our next video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments. Thank you so much for being with us for this learning.